welcome to my channel. This is Trisha. So today I want to share with you this drawing that I did a few weeks ago. It's a whimsical drawing. I just wanted to draw a house in a very simple way. Just didn't want to do any perspective or anything like that. So I decided to just do a whimsical style house. I looked it up online, a few images of houses, cottages, like very cute cottages. And I just kind of created a combination of several images. I really like this one because it had this huge chimney in front of it. And of course, I changed the image quite a bit. There are many elements that were not present in the reference photo. And so I'm not even sharing the reference photo here because there's no point because I changed so many things within the style of the house as well as all the many of the decorative styles. Everything was changed. So, because I wanted to create a very whimsical style, so I changed many things from what the original house was. But I really find it super fun to draw something whimsical. It's playful, is loose, is imaginative, is creative. I mean, there is so many benefits of drawing in a whimsical style. I'm really attracted to art that is whimsical. So when I'm just Googling or when I go out in an art fair or in a gallery or museums, I always want to look at art that is whimsical or I don't know, somewhat fantasy and I don't know, just outside of the realistic form. It's not that I don't admire realistic style, but I just prefer this style because it's more playful. It's kind of, to me, it's kind of a bit of escape from our reality, and there's nothing wrong with my reality, but it's just a way to step outside of our world just for a little bit and just be in surrounded by a image or a style that is it just doesn't exist here in our world, but I guess it exists in the minds of the artists that create that type of art. And I consider myself one of them because that is usually my style. Although I do explore other styles too, but a whimsical style, it's more of my style, really. So I had the idea to draw this house, and I added a little cat in there and a little bird. And this house was drawn in a watercolor sketchbook with this fine liner that you see me using there. Mostly use just one type of fine liner. I think just the 005. That's what I'm using in here. And then I use the watercolor to color. So as you can see now in the video, I turned the book upside down. And it's hard to see here in the video, but it is slightly elevated. So the water, if the water runs, the water will run outside of the page. So it doesn't ruin or get mixed up with the house and the trees because I wanted that sky very blue. So I didn't want the blue to run into the house because that would, or even the trees, because that would change the colors I wanted to use there. So yeah, so that's why you see there in the video. That's the reason why it's upside down, because the water can run to the other side. And I also put that paper behind it, so it wouldn't ruin the other pages of the sketchbook. Because I really like this sketchbook. I have lots of um, drawings that I really like in the sketchbook, so I don't want the water to spill all over other pages as well. So that's why that paper is there. So you see me now just playing a little bit loosely with the colors. As always, I start with a lighter color, so that was a very bright yellow, and then I'm coming in with a very bright green, and there will be a lot of steps into this process. As you probably know, I have mentioned this before, and if you watch other YouTube videos, it doesn't really matter much what kind of paint you use or what kind of brand of watercolor you use. It's more important to have a good quality paper than the paint. So it's weird that way, but for many mediums, it's that is the case. For colored pencils, is the same thing. It doesn't really matter much the brand the color pencils using, but it matters what kind of paper you're using. And for watercolors, that is even more important. So I'm using a good quality but not expensive uh, brand of watercolor paint, and I'm using a very good quality of paper too, but it's not overly expensive. It's a good quality sketchbook, not the cheapest one, but a good quality. So I'm going now doing a second coat, let's say, of watercolors with the blue in there, just to make the sky just a little darker and a little more interesting. So this was an idea that I don't know. It just came out to this idea. Oh, let me paint something whimsical, and how about paint a whimsical house? And although the house is not very whimsical, there the trees are very whimsical, and the cat and the little bird look very whimsical. So so yeah, I just decided, let's try something a little bit different here, because I usually draw a lot of night sky image and uh, buildings, lots of buildings. I love to draw fruits and flowers. So I decided this time, let's change up a little bit and draw a house. And yeah, so I decided, I just wanted to explore something different. It's very important for artists to step outside of their comfort zone sometimes and draw something that we're not used to draw very often. So this image was, a little bit different than the other images that I usually like to draw or paint in my sketchbooks. So, how do you guys come up with ideas of what to draw? Do you have any inspiration? Do you come up with ideas by looking it up at other artists? It will be interesting for me to know what is your process to find ideas on what to draw. And since we're talking about ideas on what to draw, one thing that I hear people talking a lot sometimes, it's about the opposite, not having any ideas of what to draw or paint on their sketchbooks. So I wanted to talk a little bit about that, since we're talking about ideas and inspiration and so on. So I imagine that one of the reasons why sometimes we run out of ideas on what to draw is exactly because we might feel overwhelmed by the choices. There are so many choices. You open a blank page of your sketchbook, and the options are unlimited. I mean, the sky is the limit. So sometimes we just don't have any ideas because there are way too many options of what to draw and what to do. And sometimes we get overwhelmed by seeing too many ideas online. There are so many ideas and art being done in social media and Instagram and go on Facebook. There's so many ideas there. So sometimes we just get overwhelmed by those multiple options that we have. So one way to fix that issue, I think, is to limit the ideas. I tend to write a list of ideas and purposely try to keep it simple and short. So let's say maybe I will come up with a list of foods that I like to eat, or foods that I think are very beautiful and should be in a drawing, like a cupcake or a wedding cake or something like that. Sometimes I come up with ideas of drinks. What are my favorite drinks, or what are drinks that look so pretty in a glass, in a little margarita glass or something of that nature. And sometimes I just uh, write a list of objects that I like. So things like I really like teapots and teacups and things like that. So sometimes I just write a list of things that I would like to draw and that are related to objects that I like or items that I like in general. So that is one way to limit your choices. And it is good to have a list on your sketchbook. Like usually I use the last page of my sketchbook just to write a few options and ideas. And then I'm limited to those options that are out there, as opposed to having a blank page in front of me and millions of ideas of things that we see online. Um, so perhaps that could be useful for you if you find yourself with way too many options and nothing comes out because you're just overwhelmed by too many choices. Another reason why sometimes people face that art block or just don't know what to draw in their sketchbooks, it's because they're trying to think about which style they want to draw. So people start thinking, well, maybe I should do realistic style, or maybe I should do folk style, or I should do whimsical style or cartoon style, and just don't know which one to do. And I think it's best to explore all of them, explore various styles and uh, various kinds of mediums, just so you will build your style just by practicing and trying all those styles. You don't need to be confined in just one style, and you can explore all of them and have multiple types of styles and art in your sketchbook. Eventually, you won't find your style, but your style will find you. This is a huge conversation. Maybe we'll work on a video talking only about that, because there is a lot to talk about finding your style and things like that. But yeah, don't try to be limited to only one style. Uh, just have several different kinds of sketchbooks so you can explore various styles or other types of mediums, and not have to be limited to any particular style. Another thing that I believe that sometimes we find um, that blankness, we're not able to come up with an idea on what to draw, is because sometimes we just don't have the inspiration and we just need to find the inspiration. And I feel like one good way to find inspiration is to look at other artists. And it doesn't mean that by looking at what other artists are doing, that we're just going to copy their art. It's just that we're going to get inspired by that art. And that is the reason why there are so many YouTubers and other artists showing their art online in the internet. And I think that is to inspire others. My goal with this channel is exactly to inspire you so you can create your own art just by looking at something that you might see it in my channel or one of my videos, and you find that, oh, this is cool, maybe I could do something similar, or I can do something on those lines. And so the goal is to inspire you, and you can just look it up online and find inspiration from other artists, or you can go to galleries and museums and find inspiration there. I think it's also good to find inspiration in things that surround us, things such as um, objects that are like in your house that you can draw or doodle. Uh, Draw your pets, draw your family, draw anything that is around you. That is a form of inspiration. And it's really so simple. It's just right there in front of us. We just need to get the motivation to just go and do it. And I also like to get inspiration from things that I like, that are outside of my surroundings, but somewhat near me as well. So I love to look at old buildings and draw them and just get inspired by them. Nature is a huge source of inspiration, so that's why so many people like to draw flowers and plants and trees and landscapes, because it is a huge source of inspiration, really. And another way that I like to get inspired is just to listen to music. Sometimes it's interesting to draw something related to music that we enjoy. So the lyrics of a song or our favorite song, and just draw something that represents that song. It's another way to feel inspired. So I think there are really many, many options to uh, fight the art block or the inability to come up with ideas on what to draw or what to paint. We just need to stay active with our art and draw and paint as much as possible so we can keep coming up with ideas and enjoying really what we do. The point of all of this is to enjoy the process. So it's just important to remember that. So anyway, you see me here doing something weird now with the house. What I'm creating here to make it more whimsical is to draw this vine around the whole house. And I'm using mixed medias here. So I'm using now an acrylic paint or acrylic marker. And so that's going to make the house a little more whimsical, or the whole drawing much more whimsical. Well, hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope this paint inspires you to create something of your own. If you like this video, please subscribe and give it a like, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.